Hey there, Board Game Brody here with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. Like this one here. I found this game here, Dandelions, by Allplay to play with my kids. And this is supposed to be a 1-minute teach game, so game on. Let's see if it's true. Players are using the wind to move their dandelion seeds around the garden. Each player chooses a color and takes all the dice of that color. Boards are placed in a circle from lowest to highest, and the player pawns are placed on these spaces to begin. All players will then roll their dice and organize them numerically and visible for all other players to see. The first player is the furthest back in the position with the pawns, and they will use one of their dice to take a turn. So there will be 11 turns in total, as each player has 11 dice. You will choose a die and move your pawn that many spaces. Now, if another pawn is in the final space, you will move that same number of spaces again, going even further. Wherever you land, you will then place your die on that garden tile, potentially scoring you points there. If you plant in a garden, meaning you place a die there with other players' dice matching the value of your die, then you will move all those matching dice to one adjacent garden on either side. You choose. And while playing, if you land on the start space after moving around the board, then you can pick up all your dice not placed in the garden yet and re-roll them all. The game ends when all dice are in all the gardens, and scoring is done twofold. First, you will count the number of dice you have on a garden tile and multiply that by the number shown on that tile. This is the sprout scoring. So let's do this for yellow. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 0 times 3 is 0. 3 times 5 is 15. And 2 times 8 is 16. The seed scoring is done by figuring out who has the most dice in each garden, and that player will add up the total pips on their dice and score those points. And this is done for each garden. So here yellow has 3 dice and will score 11 points. Here is a tie with yellow and green. When that happens, then the player that has the lowest sum of pips wins and scores their points. So green here will score 14 points. Green has 3 dice here, 12 points. Yellow and orange both have 3 dice with the same number, so they both score 10 points. And same on this tile. Orange, yellow, and green all have 2 dice, but the lowest is tied between yellow and green, so those 2 will score 7 points. And you add up the points from those 2 scoring methods, and the player with the most points wins the game. And, well, that's Dandelions here by Allplay. They call it a 1-minute teach game, but, in reality, maybe it's a 2-minute teach game, or maybe it's just, the teacher. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I'll have to find other games in this series to put them on the timer and see how they do as well. Anyways, we absolutely love this game, Dandelions, what it offers. The game is simple, clean, but still has a lot of strategic choices. You can bounce further ahead when you choose, a die where you land on someone else so that you can go, that many spaces again. This might put you on a higher scoring tile as you want to have, more of your dice on those higher numbers to score higher points. The 8 tile only has 1 spot on it, so if someone is on that spot already, you either pass them up to get there, maybe next time you come around, or you use a lower number die to wait for it until that spot is free. This will also let you place that lower number die on that tile that might do, better for seed scoring if you're tied, but you still want to have high numbers if you end up having, more dice than all the other players. There's kind of like that fine line to know if you should go somewhere and what value might be best to be put there. As the game continues, you will also be able to kick players out of tiles that you want to win, and it knocks them from that tile, say the 8 tile back to the 1 tile. You can choose to try to, land on that first spot on the 1 tile if you don't like your current dice values. This will let you re-roll them and maybe get something better that will benefit you, or, how you want to move your values, or to add up those tiles, to do what you want to do. Components are great. We love the small dice and the choices of colors for this game. It couldn't be any better because it hits my daughter's favorite colors. Yellow, my son's favorite color, orange, and my favorite color, green. The tiles are nice and thick. The game comes with a scoreboard and a dry erase marker to tally up, the scoring at the end of the game. The game is right on with the theme of dandelions as well, blowing around in the garden. Who knows where they're going to end up. The game is great for kids, but also adults, and can be used as a travel game as it fits in this very small box right here. We homeschool, so the game does hit on the thinking skills and the math that, we need to practice on. Really, there's a lot of good in this game, and we will continue to have fun with it for sure. Again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. Like this one, Dandelions by Allplay. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are working hard to bring to you videos like this one, so you know if these games here are ones that you want to get to your own table.